Most foreign travelers know Varanasi, many know Agra, but there is another city in Uttar Pradesh where three rivers are believed to meet. One of the world's largest religious gatherings take places, and centuries of Indian history from the Mughals to the freedom movement is still visible today. This is Prayagraj, and if you're planning to visit Prayagraj, don't just come here for the Sangam and leave. In this video, I'm going to show you what you can actually do here, how to plan one day in the city, what changes during Kumbh, how to move around, where to stay, which places are actually worth visiting, and how you can combine Prayagraj with Varanasi, Ayodhya, or other North Indian destinations. Prayagraj, historically known as Allahabad, is built around one of India's most important pilgrimage sites, the Sangam. The official district tourism site describes Prayagraj as the confluence of the Ganga, Yamuna, and the traditionally believed invisible Saraswati, and calls it Tirthraj, the king of pilgrimage. For the foreign travelers or Indian travelers, the interesting thing about Prayagraj is that it isn't just one type of destination. You have spirituality, river experiences, Mughal history, British era architecture, India's freedom movement, museum, and of course Kumbh Mela. Let's start with the place that brings most people to Prayagraj, the Triveni Sangam. This is where the Ganga and Yamuna meet, while Saraswati is traditionally believed to join them invisibly. The Sangam is around 7 kilometers from civil lines. According to the district tourism site, boats to the Sangam can be hired from the area near the fort. If you are visiting on a normal day, I would recommend going early in the morning. Why? Less heat, softer, lighter, and calmer experience. You can take a boat towards the Sangam, see the meeting point of the rivers, and if you are interested in the religious experience, you can also witness people performing rituals and taking a holy dip. And you don't have to be Hindu to appreciate the experience. You can simply observe the rituals respectfully and experience the cultural significance of the place. After Sangam, visit Sri Lete Hue Hanuman Ji temple, popularly called Bade Hanuman temple. The district administration describes the reclining Hanuman image as around 20 feet long and notes that the temple is in the Daraganj area near the Ganga. This is not the kind of temple where you are going because of grand architecture. You are coming because of the unusual reclining form of Hanuman and the religious significance attached to it. And because it is close to the Sangam area, it makes sense to combine these visits. Now come one of Prayagraj's most interesting historical landmark, the Allahabad fort. The fort was built by Mughal Emperor Akbar in 1583 on the Yamuna close to the Sangam. But here's the important part. You cannot treat it like the Taj Mahal or Agra fort, where you simply walk through the entire monument. The fort is currently used by the army and only a limited portion is open to visitors. The district tourism information specifically mentions access to sites including the Asoka pillar and other important features subject to access arrangements. So don't build your entire day around expecting a full fort tour. Check the current access situation before you go. Inside the fort complex is another extremely important religious site, Akshay. It's traditionally regarded as an immortal or eternal banyan tree. The official tourism information notes that access has historically involved permission from army authorities. For a foreign visitors or Indian visitors, this is one of those places where the mythology and history are more interesting than simply taking a photograph. Now let's completely change the atmosphere. From ancient pilgrimage, we move into India's modern political history. Anand Bhawan was the Nehru family's historic residence. The complex also includes Swaraj Bhawan and the Jawahar Planetarium. If you are interested in India's independence movement, politics, or modern history, don't skip this. This is especially useful for foreign travelers who want to understand why Prayagraj mattered in India's freedom struggle rather than only visiting religious sites. Next, Chandrasekhar Azad Park, formerly Alfred Park. It's a huge historic park in civil lines. This is where freedom fighter Chandrasekhar Azad died during an armed confrontation with British forces in 1931. The official district page records the park's 1817 origin and the 1931 event. The complex also includes the Allahabad Public Library, Thorhill Memorial, and the Victoria Memorial. So if you love history, this entire area is worth putting on your itinerary. Inside around the Chandrasekhar Azad Park complex is the Allahabad Museum. The official tourism page describes it as a major museum containing historical artifacts, paintings, sculpture, and photographs. If you are coming from Europe, America, Australia, India, or anywhere with a strong museum culture, this is probably one of the places in Prayagraj you will appreciate more than a simple sightseeing stop. Give it proper time instead of running through it in 20 minutes. For current ticket price and opening hours, check the museum's current official information before visiting because this can change. Now let's go back into Mughal history. Khusro Bagh. This is walled historical garden containing Mughal era tombs associated with Prince Khusro and members of his family. The official district page highlights its sandstone mausoleums and architectural details. This is one of those places I will recommend if you want photographs, architecture, and history without spending half your day in a huge complex. And it's conveniently located near the railway area. Prayagraj isn't only temples and Mughal monuments. You can also visit All Saints Cathedral, popularly known as Patthar Girija. It's a Gothic-style colonial church in civil lines. The district's official tourism information says it is open to visitors on Sundays or from dawn to dusk, so don't blindly put it into a weekend itinerary. If you want something more modern, then the new Yamuna Bridge is another recognizable Prayagraj landmark and is listed among the district's tourism attraction. This is more of a view photo stop than something where you will spend hours, and obviously don't leave Prayagraj without trying the local food. For foreign travelers or Indian travelers, I will recommend keeping this flexible rather than giving a random list of restaurants that may change. Try North Indian food, breakfast, snacks, and explore civil lines and old city areas depending on your comfort and food preferences. And if you are not used to Indian spicy, start slowly. This is important for your foreign audience. How should you travel around Prayagraj? The city has cabs, tourist taxis, auto rickshaws, e-rickshaws, and local buses according to the district official transport information. For 1 to 2 people, cab or app-based cab where available can work. For 3 to 4 people, a private sedan or compact SUV makes more sense. For a family, SUV or larger vehicle depending on luggage. For 6 to 7 people, don't simply squeeze everyone into a 7-seater with international luggage. Take a larger vehicle or split into comfortable vehicles. For a group, tempo traveler can be much more practical, and during major religious events, especially Kumbh, vehicle access and traffic condition can change dramatically, so you shouldn't plan your sightseeing based on normal day driving times. So one day Prayagraj itinerary. Now let's make this practical. 6 to 9 a.m. Sangam, boat ride, sunrise, cultural experience, then Bade Hanuman temple. 10 to 12 Allahabad fort area, Akshay, but check current access before you go. 12:30 to 1:30 lunch or rest. 2 to 4 Anand Bhawan and Swaraj Bhawan. 4:15 to 5:30 Chandrasekhar Azad Park and Allahabad Museum. 6 onwards, depending on the region and your energy, Khusro Bagh or relaxed evening around civil lines. But if you are visiting Prayagraj for the first time, I actually prefer giving it 2 days rather than forcing everything into one, because one day is possible but it becomes rushed. What if you come during Kumbh? Now this is a completely different story. If you are coming to Prayagraj during Kumbh or Mahakumbh, don't use a normal day itinerary. The Kumbh transforms the city. Millions of pilgrims arrive. Temporary infrastructure comes up, roads and access routes can be regulated, and the Sangam area becomes dramatically more crowded. The district administration describes the Kumbh as a massive temporary township around the Sangam. So, what should a foreign traveler do? Book accommodation early. Don't assume you will arrive and find a convenient hotel at the last minute. Choose your stay based on access, not just price. Follow official traffic and entry instructions, and most importantly, don't assume your private car can drop you exactly where Google Maps says it can. During a mega event, pedestrian routes, parking zones, shuttle arrangements, and restricted area can change. And if you want to experience the bathing rituals, plan around the officially announced bathing dates and crowd management instructions rather than randomly choosing a day. Should you visit during Kumbh or normal days? Here's my honest answer. If you want peace plus photography or easy sightseeing, normal days. If you want massive religious energies, sadhus, rituals, one of the world's largest religious gathering, then you should come in Kumbh. But Kumbh is not a normal holiday. It's an experience that requires preparation. What does Prayagraj cost? And this is where I don't want to give you to fake numbers. Some attractions are religious public spaces where you don't pay a conventional monuments admission fee. For museums and heritage attraction, entry fees and timings can change. So check the current official ticket information before visiting. Your biggest expenses will generally be hotel, private vehicle, driver, food, guide, sightseeing tickets, Sangam boat, onwards transportation. And if you're traveling during Kumbh, accommodation and transportation planning become much more important than the normal sightseeing ticket prices. Is Prayagraj actually worth visiting? The answer is yes, but it depends on what you are looking for. If you only want palaces, colorful markets, famous Instagram locations, there are other Indian cities that may excite you more. But if you are interested in Indian spirituality, rivers, pilgrimage, history, the freedom movement, Mughals, architecture and Kumbh culture, then Prayagraj is absolutely worth adding to your itinerary. And because it's only around 112 km from Varanasi, by the district's listed road distance data, it can fit naturally into a wider Uttar Pradesh itinerary. The same official page lists Ayodhya at about 156 km and Chitrakoot at about 104 km. How I will plan it for a foreign travelers. If you are already doing Varanasi, I will consider option 1 spiritual route, Varanasi, Prayagraj, Ayodhya. Option 2 Uttar Pradesh cultural route, Delhi, Agra, Mathura, Vrindavan, Lucknow, Ayodhya, Prayagraj, Varanasi. Option 3 longer North India journey, at Chitrakoot after Prayagraj if you have extra time. That way you are not visiting Varanasi as an isolated stop, you are building it into a larger India experience. So, should you visit Varanasi? If you are looking for a city that shows you a completely different side of India, yes. And if you are planning an India trip and don't know how to fit Varanasi, Prayagraj, Ayodhya, Agra or other destination into your route, you don't have to create everything yourself. We can plan you, build a customized India itinerary based on your travel dates, group size, budget and the kind of experience you want. For customized India tour planning, email us at helloniskers@gmail.com and follow VoicePeer for more practical Indian travel guides. I am Aditi and this is VoicePeer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Har Har Mahadev.